Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to try and modify a steel cutter bar that was meant for a 066 steel chainsaw, or 660 steel chainsaw, and I'm going to try and weld on a 880 mount for it. So it's not something you probably want to do on a daily basis, but just because I've got some leftover 660 bars here, I'm going to try and utilise those by mounting them, or being able to mount them on the 880 chainsaw. So the first thing we can do is start by cutting the old mount off and welding on the 880 mount. So I'm just about to cut the end off this old cutter bar end that I got off the other old 880 cutter bar I've got there. So I've just got to straighten that cut up. That's the first thing for me to do. So I've ended up with a nice straight edge there to work on there now on that one. All I got to do is cut the other one off and I can join them together. That's the theory anyway. I sometimes use an old chainsaw file as a scriber, give it a second life. So you just use it as a scriber like you did back in the days when we were at school. Give yourself a line to work on. So righto, we're ready now to weld this new mount on the 660 bar that was no longer useful for me because I no longer have 660 steel chainsaws. I've only got 880s. So we're endeavouring to match that up to that, which is not going to be all that great because we've got a fair difference between the width of the 660 bar here and the old end that I'm going to use to mount onto the 880 mount. So I'm going to have to worry about that after I weld that together. But anyway, that's the next step now, so we'll go ahead and do that now. This is a 2.5mm Bridge brand welding rod. It's a Chinese made welding rod. I'm just going to use it to weld that up with. Go back the other side now. Bit more there. So there we have it there now. I've finished the weld. As you can see, it's bent, but that doesn't matter. We can straighten it off. Just to straighten the bar back out again, the welds have obviously pulled the bar out of alignment, so I'll just straighten it out. If you want to do it easier, you just put something under here like this. Until you're happy with the alignment of the bar. And that's somewhere there. On those rails now, so there's not that, if you can see there, there's a big difference between that. You can't have a drop down like that in your bar. That's no good. So I've sort of tried to align it on the bottom side, but all I have to do is grind this one off. So I'll show you how to do that. Have to be ground back, and then the groove will have to be taken deeper in the bar then. Now unfortunately we ended up with a situation that, because the old mount was narrower than the 660 bar, which makes you wonder why it would be, being a bigger chainsaw, but anyway, it was a different brand cutter bar, so I guess that's the reason for it. We've ended up with a bit of a dip there, but there's nothing we can do about that. That won't really alter the performance of the cutter bar from this point on, because it's right back near the mount anyway, so we won't really worry about that. All we got to do now is just take that groove out a little bit. It'll be ready to give it a go and see if it works. And of course all I was doing there was deepening that groove there for the chain to run in. So I've done that now. Okay guys, well the moment of truth is, will it fit? We'll see. And there we have it. All we have to do now is make up a new chain for it, because I don't have a chain that fits that length of bar. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we'll have to make up a new chain. So I use 404. In this instance I'm using full chisel. You have a look there. I haven't really got any preference to whether I like full chisel or rapid micro. It just depends on what sort of mood I'm in, really. I use both. So it's a pretty simple method just to make up a new chain. You don't have to bother counting your links or anything. I don't ever do that. I just put the chain on here and get a bit of an idea of what I need, and then I just chop it off. So in this instance, we have to hope that that works all right, but you make sure your cutter bar's back to the fully extracted position before you start. So in this case, it looks like this joiner here will be the one we want to take out. I just use a handheld type break and mend. So you just got to try and align everything properly. Make sure that your adjustment's right here, and then you go to the other side, link, pop it through, like so. So we've now broken that joiner. Now you can reuse the joiner if you want to, or you can use the new joiner that the company will supply you with in the box. So you just have something flat to sit the chain on, and make sure that your you've got your joiner up the right way, otherwise your chain will have a bad vibration in it. These indents here go to the bottom. And just give it a light tap like that, tap it back on, and then tap a bit further. Okay, so that's the finished product. It's joined back together. Hardly even know that I've ever broken and mended it there again. Put that on there, fits on as you can see. So you just adjust it up as per needed. Tighten your bar bolts up. Nice and tight, because you don't want those coming undone. Okay, so now's the moment of truth. We're going to see if it works. Okay, so in the next video we might try and give you some helpful tips on how to cut a tree down safely. So yeah, if you like the video, please just click like and subscribe. Thanks guys.